G'day guys, Calvin from the Cartoon Company in New Zealand. We're going to get straight into this one. I've got a 3UZ here. We're going to look at the fuel line, fuel in, fuel out setup on a 3UZ. This is a 6-speed, but the concept is exactly the same on the 5-speed version. You will find there is a dampener. I've done a video on dampeners right there. There's this fitting here. Here's the fuel rail. There is a fuel line that runs underneath all this wiring here, underneath the wiring there, to another dampener and a fuel rail. This is the innie bit, goes in, the fuel goes in there. It is returnless, so there is no outie that is done elsewhere in the system. Do not connect the fuel pump up and run the line directly from the fuel pump to the engine. I've seen this and I see it quite a lot, and I see it on LS1s as well. Fuel pump straight into engine, too much pressure, runs really bad. You need some sort of fuel regulation, fuel pressure regulation. Being that this is a 6-speed, it's got the quick clip connector here. And I've actually clipped in this fuel filter with fuel pressure regulator, and it just fits straight in. So that could actually be mounted on the firewall, run your fuel in and your fuel back to your tank, job done. However, we're not going to do that. Oi, get back there. Gravity's working. I now have a barb all ready to put a fuel line on. Don't touch it, it's quite hot. Possibly that heat gun's a little bit hot. I'll still cut it off and put it back on though. A little bit hot. It's got a barb now. Look at that. I can just put a fuel line straight on there. That can be mounted elsewhere. Away we go. Super easy. For reference, we'll go have a look at a 5-speed 3UZ or a 1UZ Vvti, because they've got a little slightly different, but same concept. So this is a similar sort of concept. It's a 1UZ Vvti. You see it's got this ferrule that's been crimped on, so you can just split up each side. Same thing, you will find a barb underneath. There's the 3UZ, there's the same barb setup. This one's actually got the proper screw-on fitting on it still. And this is just my test engine, so I just fit a fuel line on here for now. If I was fitting it to an engine, I would split this and fit it directly onto there. Now, don't go cutting it this way. Split this unit up here and pry that off. I was going to do fuel in and fuel out on a non-Vvti. Well, this is our Vvti again still. You can see here, this was the same concept. This is old yellow. You can see this has also had that ferrule cut off.
What's this?
And there's a barb on it. We're not talking about the supercharger, we're talking about fuel lines. This one, right, good.
Super.
So that applies to all of the Vvti 1UZ and 3UZ. 2UZ slightly different again, so keep an eye on for that. Hope that was helpful. Talk to you again soon. Catch you later.